Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator Grand Alpine Challenge Leg 2 from Bex to Sion, let's go. Okay, so the insurance company has furnished us with a new plane after yesterday's disaster. Fortunately no one was hurt, it turns out. Well, let's get going on this leg, Leg 2, and remind ourselves that this plane can be annoying to land because of its well, the way it works with its back wheel and everything. Just enough for him to take off. We want 197 for 3 minutes 57. Yet again, it's beautiful dawn, and we get the nice colors in the skies and the lights in the roads and the houses and things, and I love it. And look at that mountain on the right, it's just a painting right now. 97. Tour Salière. Lift off from Aerodrome de Bex, LSGB, and carefully climb, including corkscrewing, and navigate to reach Tour Salière, a gorgeous mountain of the Chablais Alps that stands 10,560 feet above sea level to the south-southwest of the airstrip. I guess that's where we're headed. Corkscrewing, huh? Because they're being honest about we're not going to be able to get high enough quick enough. Which is, yeah, not how I would design the trip. I would tell them to go off down the valley for a bit while gaining height, and then bring it back to the mountain instead of having to corkscrew. Which, frankly, I'm not entirely sure how that works. I do not recall learning corkscrewing as part of my flight training, IRL. But I guess it's self-evident. We shall have to go around in some circles until we are high enough. Which is what we will do. I wonder if this is the best vertical speed. Keep the flap on. I think so. I think so. Yeah, it would take, yeah, we're just definitely not climbing up enough. Well, this first segment's not going to take 4 minutes. It's going to take a much more than that. I guess we should probably start doing some corkscrewing. Let's go out this way a bit. We'll gradually spin ourselves around a bit while ascending. I guess to be fair, I didn't learn flying IRL in the mountains. I learnt it in Sydney, which is quite flat. So perhaps corkscrewing is not something that's particularly used. You can always gain height without running into things. Look at this view though. What a part of the world. All the parts of the world, this is one of them. We're halfway to 10,000 feet. Hello, mountain that we're getting to eventually. I think we can, let's just do another circle here. We could have gone further into that little alcove, if you want to call it that, even though it's gigantic. And spin around a little bit there, but we'll do it out here where there aren't any actual mountains to hit. Kind of fun, really. Do this more often. Might bring the flap up as well, because we are technically in the green, away from the white line, which is safe flap speed. 6,000 feet. Low mountain again. Getting a bit dizzy, but, you know, we'll be alright. Sort of widen our circle just a bit, which will hopefully give us a bit more vertical speed. Inching our way to 7,000 feet. I could go round the mountain, there's no doubt about that. But if it says go over the mountain, I'm going over the mountain. Well, I don't know that this plane could survive at 10,000 feet, we'll find out. I must say I was pleasantly surprised yesterday that when we crashed on landing, that it let us restart very close to the runway. That wasn't the case back in the very first bush trip I ever did. I didn't do for the channel. I'm pretty sure it was with this same plane, and that's how I learnt the hard way that it's, if you brake too hard it tips forward. But back then, that was at the end. If you did that, you had to start again. I remember having to start again a couple of times on the very first leg. It must have been the American one? The North American one? Don't remember. So, yeah, I don't know when they put that in, but it's good that they have. It would be horrendous to have to start a 30-minute leg again just because the plane tips over right at the end. But you're basically actually already stopped on the runway. Dark Souls. How are we looking? 8,000 feet. We're almost out into the sun. You know what? I'm going to start heading towards it. Keep climbing, obviously. It is deceptively far away, I think. And we'll see how we go. If we need to do some... Now that we're away from these sort of side mountains, these arms of whatever you want to call it, we can do some corkscrewing a bit closer to the summit if needs be. If we're not going to make it. I mean, we don't have to go exactly over the top of it, but at least over the mountain would be useful. Just for the thrill of it. I'm going to do one more circle. One more circle. Let's do it. We're at 9,000 feet. We need to get to, well, at least 11,000 to get over the top, but I don't feel like we're going to even make it to that lower shelf there, so we'll do another corkscrew, another circle, another spinny spin. Turn around and say hello to the sun. There it is. Peeking over the mountains. A bit windy up here, getting buffeted around a bit. Any frost developing? Doesn't look like it. You'd think at 9,700 feet it'd be pretty cold. Pretty damn cold up here. Nearly, well, hit 10,000. Nearly at the height of the mountain, which is 10,500. I think we probably were going to make it. If we just head over here. Maybe not. Do we need to do another circle? I don't think so. I think we can pass it to the left if we don't quite get high enough. Just to give her a bit of oomph, lose a bit of speed. There we go. We'll be coming by the mountain when we can. It's coming straight for us. Get back on our 197 course. Okay, I mean, we technically were almost the height of the mountain. Lost a little bit of height there for some reason. We're just going to go to the left of it. No more fighting it. No more fighting it. Don't know why the plane's losing height now. We just need that little speed, bit of speed back, I think. Here we go. We're going to pass it on the left. Isn't it beautiful? Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Now we want 183 for 1 minute 34. Lac de Mosson. By south, the Lac de Mosson, a reservoir with a surface elevation of 6,330 feet above sea level. Oh, there it is, right there. Below us. Look at that, quite deep. Looks like it's actually shallower than it once was. People have been draining it, probably. Plane's struggling in this thin air because, I mean, I haven't changed any of the trimming settings or power, and we're now descending. Slight climb now, but yeah, there you go. This rarefied air. And hello to the lac. Hello, son. Hello, big mountain we just went past. Oh, it's got a huge shelf behind it. Wow. Big snow shelf. The mountain over here that's just as tall. Alright, we've done our time, so we want 140 for 250. Aiguille de Tours. Head to the southeast, and in 6 nautical miles you'll reach Aiguille de Tours, a northern portion of the Mont Blanc Massif. Mont Blanc. Did I say blank? Oh my goodness. Mont Blanc Massif. In 2 minutes 50? Really? I do think that's Mont Blanc over there. So was that the one we saw yesterday while over Lake Geneva? I think it might have been. Oh, I think we could probably trim down a bit. Just a bit. I want to get my speed up now. We're definitely high enough. In fact, let's just go straight to 0%. It was what, minus 27 level yesterday, so be something like that. But we need to get our speed up first. The cost of a bit of height. There we go. Let's now go to minus 20 or something. That's way too much. Way too much. Now speed up to 120-ish. Come on, don't panic, plane. Just start leveling off. Level fight would be grouse, my friend. Maybe we'll trim back up a bit. Must be the rarefied air. Let's see, another minute really, and we should be at Aiguille de Tour. Is that this one right in front of us? No, we're losing too much height. We need to bring back up. The settings are totally different at this height, obviously. There's just no rule of thumbs. There's no thumbs on these rules. I think probably this peak here is the Aiguille de Tour, but yeah, we've just about done our time, but because we weren't going full speed, it's probably not the mountain below us, it's the one in front of us. We'll give it a bit more. In fact, annoyingly, I actually need to get a bit higher because the next turn is to the right. Why is the next turn... Well, it's only for 49 seconds though. .176, there'll be another peak that we can pass over. Let's get our height, climbing back on. Do our trim to like 20 again. There we go. For some reason still need to climb. So if we assume that this one was Aiguille de Tour, and then 49 seconds to slightly to the right there's another peak. Maybe this is the other peak. Is this Col de Chardonnay? Due south of Aiguille de Tour, you'll pass over Col de Chardonnay. 176 degrees for 49 seconds. Aliens, there's markings on the side of the mountain. So if I were to go 176 now... I mean, is it that peak over there? That wouldn't be 70. That wouldn't be 49 seconds away. Interesting. Well, I'm going to head that way anyway. And when we're a bit closer, assuming we manage to gain enough height, which right now may not be the case, I think we'll be fine. We can dip down through that gap there if we have to. In fact, I'm going to head that way anyway, although I do think we're high enough. Struggling to stay up now. It's 10,000 feet. It seems to be some kind of limit for this plane. Maybe this was the Col de Chardonnay. Maybe it was the one behind us. I'm going to go to the next... we want 15 degrees for 359. Martigny. Head north-northwest to Martigny, a high mountain crossroads town with roads that connect Switzerland, France and Italy. Oh, 15 degrees, not 50. What am I doing? 15. Alright, we'll just let the plane do its thing now. Might even trim it back down to something like 0. In order to get our speed up. It looks like we're high enough to get away from this mountain here. What do we want? 4 minutes. Alright. More trimming. Well, that must be Martigny down there, I would think. It's going to take this plane 4 minutes to get over there, almost certainly. It sort of then does feel like maybe we went a little bit far. Maybe that first rise was the Aiguille de Tour, and then the big peak I thought was the Aiguille de Tour was actually called the whatever it was, called or something. Because I feel like we should be heading towards the center of the city there, which is off my left wing right now. The next turn will be to the right for 6 minutes to find an airport down in the valley somewhere. Is a large airport though, thank God. I was, you know, on this plane with its difficulties in slowing down, on one of these crazy Alpine runways, I think probably would have been difficult. Not to say that this one, I mean, yesterday wasn't a particularly difficult landing, but I managed to fuck it up. Let's hope we don't do the same here. I guess there's more of a, there's more town here in front of us as well, so. Let's do a little bit more trimming down. We're still quite slow. And don't need to be this high anymore. Need to get down to the valley, really. We've done 2.5 minutes of 4. Can have a nice look at Martigny. I assume that's the main town there. Don't think I've been there. It is... I do know the name quite well. I mean, having spent time in Chamonix, I'm sure all of these... So there you go. That's Lake Geneva over there, right? And this is Mont Blanc over here, wherever it was. So that's Chamonix. They're not far away at all. Yesterday I was saying they were not far away, and then I second-guessed myself and thought maybe they are far away. Alright, 1 more minute, and then we'll turn. Does Martigny not have an airport? Surely. Surely. Apparently not. We're in France, aren't we? This tour specifically said Liechtenstein, Austria, Germany and Switzerland. They said nothing about France. But hey. And we've been here on the France bush trip, not far. We went to Mont Blanc, so we're crossing paths with ourselves. Where am I headed exactly? Let's go back this way. Look at those ski runs. I think these are ski runs, what they look like without the snow on them. I thought the game had crashed, my mouse had disappeared, but it's fine, we're good. Alright, we've done our 4 minutes, now we want 56 degrees for 6 minutes 10. Sion. Continue northeast and land at Sion Airport, LSGS. I guess we're following the valley. It's gonna be down here somewhere. Look at this, straight down this river. Or is that a road? I think it's a... looks like a river. Some kind of irrigation channel straight through the little town here. What? Look at this valley though. Just full of people. Spectacular view. Imagine waking up to that every day. Down a little bit more. We've got speed to use up. We're not quite on the yellow. And we need to lose some height in the next 5 minutes. So I might as well do it gradually. I love the lighting here. They've got the sun behind the mountains here, but it's making a nice little god ray right onto this little town on the left. Wake up everyone, time to get up, sun's up. You gotta get out and plant your crops and pick them up and everything. We're heading into winter, winter is coming, and all of this will be covered in snow. Let's see, this airport's next to a road with possibly a river or a lake just next to it as well. almost feel like this might be it here, but that would be... We've only done 2.5 minutes of 6 minutes. That doesn't look quite right. Can we move this out a bit? What's this? LSGS. That is where we're headed. So we're actually... that's actually it. We just arrived early. I think, yeah, I definitely went too far with those two mountains. I just went too far. Took it too far, man. Weird, because in the picture it looks like there's 2 runways, but I guess there isn't. Right, now we need to do the opposite of corkscrewing. I guess it's screw corking. Because we're too high. We are just too high. Let's wash off some speed here. And get our flaps down. Trim back up a bit. Try and keep it slow. Yesterday's mistake was I came in too fast, and then I panicked about not being able to stop in time. I forgot that this plane tips forward if you use the brakes. And yeah, calamity ensued. Way too high. Almost to a circle. And I think I will, seeing as this is a circle episode. Round like a circle in a spiral. It really doesn't feel like we're losing much height, if you want my opinion. Come on, plane. You're not supposed to be up here. You're a giant piece of metal and human being. Yeah, that'll probably be enough, will it? Will it though? Yeah, maybe. Let's go to this. No, I think we're way too high. Still. I'm going to do another circle. I'm going to do another circle. Apologies to those of you who get dizzy. This episode has probably been quite annoying for you. That's looking slightly better. Still think we might be a bit high, but... And now we're going way too fast. Plane just doesn't like leaving the sky. It's just it just sits here. It floats. It's like a balloon. Look, it's a long runway. I think we'll be okay. We're sort of okay. It'd be nicer if we could be a bit slower, but would aim me a little bit too far into the runway. Okay, we're looking good now. We're actually looking good now. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. The second circle was needed, a third one was not. Or did I do 3? I don't remember. I know it was only 20 seconds ago, but that's just how it is. Alright, we need to be very careful here. We need to start flaring. Playing a game. Do not crash on me now. That would not be fun at all. No one wants that. Get the wheels down. Little bit of a bounce. Little bit of a bounce. Gets the ailerons down like that. There we go. Full aileron back. Start using the brakes. Carefully, carefully, slowly, not much. Take it off, put it on. There we go. Just calmly let it come to rest. God, that pisses me off that it does that. It's so scary. We did it! We didn't crash the plane today. That's wonderful. That was leg 2 of the Grand Alpine Challenge bush trip. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.